it's just an extra element to it, and the crowd definitely feel that as well, I'm sure of it. Maxwell from round the wicket, bowls a dart there, and there's an edge on it from Holder. That'll run away down towards that short third-man boundary. Away it goes. Well, that's a little bit streaky, but it doesn't matter. It was a very flat off-spinner from Maxwell. Warner was chasing after it and couldn't get there. And it's another boundary. 182 for 4, 107 needed now. From 101 balls for West Indies to beat Australia.
Yeah, good pace on the ball from Glenn Maxwell. He's really pushing it through, so Holder, anything he gets on it, you're going to use that pace and it runs away.
Holder, very tall, immensely tall, stands there and drives through the offside. There you go, he's got it through. A little flat-batted. Hit straight to Cummins on the edge of the circle at mid-off. 187 for 4. Maxwell again floats it up. There's that width again. This time, though, it's chopped through the inner field. Stark can throw it in from the boundary on the bounce, as he inevitably will.
That's where the reach of Jason Holder, when he was able to that shot, because he has such a long reach, he's able to
slings the ball in left-handed. And it's 188 for 4, so 101 needed from 96 balls. 6 wickets in hand, and there's plenty of batting there. There's Andre Russell to come in next, Carlos Brathwaite, Ashley Nurse. So there's the batting to come. It's a question of the nerve. Australia holding any chances that come their way. A run out they already got was a bit of a bonus. I don't know how good a look you had at it. I began by completely exonerating hope, and then in the end actually thinking, perhaps he did run into his partner there, because he did set off and run 3 or 4 paces and then shouted no. And that seemed, I think, to drag Hetmeyer down, but we reviewed that and the ball wouldn't have hit the stumps. And then he was given out a third time. He reviewed it and actually it was an umpire's call around about that leg stump area. That all happened in a space of just a few deliveries. Here's Cummins, bowls, and that's nudged into the leg side, goes for a quick single. Hope's got his head down. Holder knew the run was on. There was nobody there with square leg. Little inside edge into the thigh. 190 for 4, so 99 needed from 93 balls. There's 6 wickets left, and I got Hope very well set. Have set West Indies 318 for 9, so 319 to win that match. Amy Jones 91, Heather Knight 94. Here comes Cummins, bowls, and it's driven. It's only as far as mid-off. And there's no run, 190 for 4. So you can watch the highlights of that innings now via the website, and we'll have commentary at the conclusion of this game. So the first of the series of matches between England and West Indies. So much cricket going on. Which is great. Let's hope we can make the most of this summer. Now, here's interesting. We've got the deep mid-wicket going out and the deep point coming in, so it suggests that they're going to challenge Hope. Giving it away. Oh, he's still standing there, utterly crestfallen. I think he was back, wasn't he? He was waiting for that short ball, and it was pitched up. And he's just clothed it, as they say these days, to mid-on, who's taken an absolute sitter. And
he's got to go. The West Indies are now 195.
Well, that changes things again, doesn't it? And the DLS goes up, and suddenly the West Indies are behind the rate again for a moment. And poor old Hope is still wandering off the field. He looks absolutely devastated. And he played so well. And the field set for that short ball. We were talking up here. Looks like he's going to get a bouncer. Or it could be the double bluff, and it's pitched up at him. Might actually have held it back a little bit as well, I think. And so you've got to give Cummins credit for that. But Hope, desperately, still walking up the steps. Barely drag himself off the field. And away he goes. Well, Stuart Law's back. He played well. He must curse himself as a batsman there.
Well, I think he was set up beautifully. As you were talking about, the fielder's back on the rug for the hook shot. Shea just looked like he's just getting himself across the off stump to chip it into that mid-wicket area. Cummins with a cross-seam delivery held on the pitch a bit. Yep. Leading edge caught straight to mid-wicket, straight to mid-on. But just in time for Dre Russ. I'm looking forward to this.
Well, he's got his 1 or 2 health issues and fitness issues, but he can hit a mean ball, and he's arrived, and they brought the leggy on too, so this could be a really interesting contest. Holder's on strike, Russell's down at this end at the moment. Holder 23, 190 for 5, so 99 needed from 90 balls, but now with 5 wickets. Zampa moves in bowls and Holder's resolutely forward, and Zampa follows through, flicks his hair back, adjusts his little hairband that he's got there actually. So everything's out of his eyes.
He could just get a haircut.
Could do. He could do.
Ruby and Spindly
Will accentuate the fact that it looked like it was going down the backside.
Let's have a look as to where it pitched. It did turn. It hit the back leg. Where has this landed? Has it pitched outside leg?
I think it's on the stumps.
Thank you. Clearly your back rolled through.
He's not hit it. I reckon this is going to be clipping leg.
Yeah. If it's landed on the stumps, I think he's gone. It just straightened a little bit. Holder 23 is leaning on his back. That's required. They've used 6 bowlers so far. Australia brought Mitchell Stark back now though, and he's bowled 6. 191 for 5. Not
Realise too that this is the partnership. Break this one, get your main strike bowler back in. We'll see some pace, some Yorkers and bumpers here from Stark to try and get that breakthrough.
no slip, interestingly. So, the end one when Cummins was on, but they've got a deep point. Stark cruises in those long strides. Oh, it goes straight through Holder. To push out into the offside. Lucky enough to get the edge there. 191 for 5. He's got a little chat with Andre Russell about things, I think. Towering over. Russell was not a short man by any means. Holder 6'7", 6'8".
It towers over most big Haggis, let's be honest.
It does.
He's a huge man.
Yep. Over his bat again, 191 for 5. Stark on the edge of the circle. Those long, easy strides. Up he comes again. Bowls left arm over, and again it's a drive and a miss. 191 for 5. 89 miles an hour, that showed him. He looks so...
Just having a look at the replay. Ooh, it's a little Yorker on the boundary sponge.
Just before it, I reckon.
I think you're right, because the boundary sponge lifts up a little bit as it connects, so I think we're going to see this as 4. But anyway, it was in his arc. It was dispatched with power and ease by Andre Russell. And just having another boundary check from the umpires. I tell you what, Murray Erasmus has been busy today. He's earned his money.
Yes.
Just checking again, rocking and rolling.
We could help him out here. It's 4 runs.
For Murray. Very quickly, Andre Russell in the IPL this year, 510 runs. He faced just 249 balls. On the booze, you can hear R4, the signal being given as a 4. Still 4. 209 for 5. As Russell is 10 not out of 4 deliveries. Zampa probably nervously coming in. Bowls a full delivery, and that's well bowled. Yorked Andre Russell. There must be a small amount of trepidation when you're a leg spinner and you just got dispatched for 103 metres 6 and then a skimming 4.
This has got to go for a boundary then if the last couple of balls are any indication. 6.4. Where's he going?
We're in the arc of Andre Russell, by the way. Yes, James, I'm backing you to take the catch.
The window's open in front of you. I'm okay with on the glass, mate.
Away from us. Oh, he's gone big. It's along the floor, but oh lordy, Aaron Finch is there at the straightest long on you could ever wish to see. There is 3. I've never seen that before.
This is very good homework.
Let me just say, 38 gone, 210 for 5.
It's very good homework from Australia. Andre Russell, when he does hit spin, he does go straight at the side screen. So to eliminate the power of the man to try and get him over the top, they'd rather take the risk of hitting it straight over someone's head. Whether or not Finch is allowed to be in his eye line or not is another question.
Well, that was the thing I was thinking. He really was. I mean, you can imagine the pitch, and then there's the yards back, there's the circle, and then beyond that there are 2 advertising slogans, which are big mats, basically, and split apart by probably a couple of feet of grass. Aaron Finch was probably just over the by the side of one of those wants to dispatch that somewhere into Leicestershire. But it doesn't connect, and it goes through to Alex Carey behind the stumps. By the way, just on Erasmus and the amount of work that he's had to do, I mean, I think there is a feeling, especially whilst Jason Holder, the captain's out there, and you know him very, very well, in that almost they're not quite getting the rub of the decisions the West Indies stayed. 4 reviews have been overturned. 2 against Chris Gale, 2 against Jason Holder. Reviewed and overturned as Stark bowls and an attempted swat by Andre Russell to a short delivery which doesn't connect. Through it goes to Carey. 2 fielders out in the deep mid-wicket, deep ankle square on their guard for it coming towards them. Is that a fair call? Could they feel a little grieved?
Oh, look, it is, but it's why the DRS is in place. You know, I think since the DRS has been introduced, the umpires have been found out that they are pretty good at what they do, and you know, the occasional day they're going to have an off day. And you know, Chris Gaffney, I can understand the first one as the ball clipped the stump going past Chris Gale. The LB decision was probably a bad call, but that's why the DRS is there. Yeah, I think the right decision has been made in the end. It's just up to the bravery of the batter in question to call for the DRS and get it right. Yes, there can be siege mentality, but the Windies perform well under that.
Stark bowls, club for 4 by Andre Russell. Full length delivery is a dangerous game to play when mid-off and mid-on are up inside the circle, and granted it went all along the floor, but such is the power of the man. The ball was only probably 5 yards away from Aaron Finch, and there was no chance of cutting it off. It was in the Russell arc, makes room for himself outside the leg stump, and it's 4 more. He's up to 15 from 10.
And that's a 95-mile-an-hour swinging far volley in the end, but attempted Yorker. Great shot.
Stark towards us and bowls, and this has gone high in the air off the skewed outside edge of Andre Russell. High catch, will it be taken? It is! It is taken by Glenn Maxwell. A backward points, and Australia embrace a big bear hug for Glenn Maxwell. They know what it means to see the back of Andre Russell. He wasn't there for long. He thoroughly entertained. However, he's trudging back to the pavilion, leaving his captain behind him, with the West Indies still needing 73 from 67 deliveries. Mitchell Stark makes the breakthrough, his 2nd wicket, and the West Indies 216 for 6, and the game once again in the balance.
That ball's gone a mile in the air too. Daggers sliced it. Very difficult shot to play. He tried to hit it over mid-on with the ball swinging away from him, back of a length. Got the outside edge, it went miles in the air. Maxwell had to turn and probably make up 15 to 20 metres. The ball would have been swirling around.
It's taken, so...
And talking to Carlos about that, the 4 sixes in 4 balls to win the World T20 Cup a couple of years ago, he immersed himself in domestic cricket. He captained a young team in the 50-over comp last year in the regional tournament. And as I say, captain batted 4. They won the tournament, and he was one of the players of the tournament by finishing off innings batting at number 4, getting a lot of not outs.
Nathan Coulter-Nile is back, replacing Adam Zampa. His first delivery is beating Jason Holder outside the off stump. A bit of a wafty shot with no real foot movement from Holder. I tell you what, I don't think they'll be required from 61 deliveries.
Yeah, just got a bit of length there from Coulter-Nile just to be able to manipulate that over the mid-wicket area, or the man at mid-wicket, Steve Smith, and no one out behind him. So a good boundary there for the West Indies.
Mid-off and mid-on are up inside the circle as Coulter-Nile approaches and bowls. That's a slightly better length. Just fuller and feeling for it outside the off-stump is Jason Holder, and through it goes to keeper Alex Carey. It concludes another over, 68 to win from 60 balls here on Test Match Special. 5 Live at Sports Extra, the BBC as well in Australia. BBC Grandstand, great to have your company if you are still awake in Australia or just waking up. There's a few people just getting in.
I don't believe the habits like we do with Daggers.
Well, that's right. But if you are just getting in, we've got a good game. As unsurprisingly, Stourbridge with the Australian song played on the speaker system. They've got about 5 in the record collection. I reckon the DJs around here, they'll be this, they'll be down under. There'll be about 2 in excess songs, and
switched ends now. It's now got the wind blowing across the rear from cover to mid-wicket, so beautiful wind feed to assist his drift. Hasn't been a great deal of turn, but a lot of movement in the end.
So what he's got is 3 in the offside ring, short mid-wicket, this deep backward square, who is quite fine. Deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, deep cover.
Final power play, so 5 now allowed outside the circle.
Yeah, it's just started. There's 68 runs required. Zampa into his last over. Short delivery, chipped over Aaron Finch at mid-wicket for a single for Braithwaite, and he gets off the mark. Just get a feeling that West Indies will be quite content to play Zampa out here. Just in his last over.
Last time I said that, I only went for 14. So.
I'll say it this time. Let's see what happens. Like they say, Holder taking a look at that lakeside field. The shorter boundary is where extra cover is right now. Is Zampa. A couple of steps, slightly angled run, twirls the arms, gives him the opportunity to drive through extra cover, which he does with a plum. Glorious shot from Jason Holder. It was in the air for just a moment, but hit so powerfully that the other short extra cover just had no opportunity to get a hand on it. And that's 4 runs.
That's Steve Smith as well, one of Australia's better fielders, but such was the timing, he had no chance to move. Great shot, Jason Holder.
41 not out as Holder, 226 for 6. Zampa again bowls, and this a bit more width as well, as he gets pinned outside of the off stump. Again, it's a slightly dangerous game to play for Zampa as well. All it requires is really a chip from Holder.
So go over that grandstand, mate, if he gets anything else.
63 to win from 57. Zampa bowls again onto the back foot. This time is Holder. Touch flatter, touch quicker from Zampa with that floppy hair held back. Golden Ferries with a headband around his band.
Quite the ponytail, Davis.
I'm trying to suggest to us as an edge is induced by Jason Holder, but it should run away down towards the boundary for 4 on. Usman Khawaja gives up the chase. It's a moral victory for the bowler again, but you won't feel so good about it, considering it's gone for 4, 230 for 6. Last 12 balls, 14 runs scored, and now the West Indies just 59 from 55 balls.
Very manageable for here. Just a matter of these two in this partnership, Braithwaite and Holder, holding their heads, keeping their heads, and just keep chipping away.
Last ball of Zampa's spell. Forward he comes, defends, does Jason Holder, out towards short third man, and 8. There is no run, so 230 for 6. 41 overs have been bowled, Holder 45, and Braithwaite is 1. A few more pearls of wisdom from you, Stuart Law, and then we'll be all Australia for a moment. Jeff Lemon coming in for me.
Yeah, well, here we go, the game. This is the game. The last 9 overs, we've got Jason Holder hitting the ball beautifully, just starting to find the boundary. Not with ease, I would say, but with good, proper cricket shots. Australia now searching for that breakthrough. They've smashed this partnership open, and that's the opportunity they need to get back in.
To get across and save it, West Indies need 57 from 50 balls. 232 for 6. All on Jason Holder, but he's at the non-striker's end now. Carlos Braffett. Smack. Carlos leans on his bat at the other end. Backward point, deep point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square, fine leg. Pat Cummins, right arm over the wicket to Holder, slashing inside edging and nearly rolling back onto his stumps. He eventually stops the ball with his feet, leans down, picks it up and throws it back to the bowler, which is risky because they could appeal for that. But Pat Cummins is far too nice to think about such a thing. He's almost stopped that with his equipment. Jason Holder, that ball bounced up between his legs and he almost caught it between his upper thighs.
Yeah, I do remember a fast bowling mate of mine back home, Carl Rackerman, entertaining a batsman who decided he was going to try and pick the ball up and said, if you want a field, go and stand at cover, please.
Cummins to Holder, short ball, pulled away, the sweeper's back for that, so just the single. Holder a little bit frustrated, I think, just threw his head back. He thought he could have got onto that and lumped it into the gap behind square. So he's exposed Carlos Braffett to the strike. 233 for 6. Holder has 47.
And just a word on Pat Cummins. Look at those numbers. 8.2 overs, 3 maidens, only 34 runs, 2 wickets. 3 maidens in a 50 over game from one bowler is, well, it's unheard of in this day and age.
He's been in a league of his own, Pat Cummins, in recent times. His recent ODIs for Australia: 3 for 40, 3 for 23, 2 for 38, 5 for 70, 3 for 37, 4 for 29. Just an outstanding run in all forms. He bowls now to Carlos Braffett, up on his toes, trying to steer the ball to third man with a horizontal bat, but can't get it past backward point. Phil.
And as we discussed earlier, he didn't within those figures was his second over that went to 15. So
Right. So
wicked, but LBW caught you. I don't know, but you got to apply some pressure.
mentally, the batsman knowing that an error could bring you undone by having that field placing.
Of course, I would have loved to see a first slip in, but he didn't employ a first slip, and I thought that for me he missed the trick there because you want to get a wicket.
He hustled away back down the ground by Braffett for 4. A couple of bounces into the rope, and he's scratched around for a bit, but suddenly he's finding his range. 13 and a run a ball for Carlos. West Indies need 42 from 35. So at this later stage of the game, would you have definitely wanted to slip in as a bowler to searching for that wicket?
Well, not at this present moment.
Yeah.
The way
This one is getting closer and closer. 40 from 34 balls required. What can Pat Cummins do? He's had such a good day with the ball so far. Taking a bit of tap late, as you might expect. 40 runs required. Carlos Braffett. Bat raised high in the backlift. Drags the drive across the line to mid-on. He's running. Holder's running. Could be a run out. Cummins throws to the end. At the striker's end. And I think they've got home as he just got home. It's going upstairs. Jason Holder didn't want the run. He was looking back towards mid-on. Braffett did want it. He went straight away. And by the time Holder realised that Braffett was nearly at the same end as him, it was far too late to set off. He set off anyway. The throw came back into the bowler, was picked up and thrown down to Alex Carey. And I think that Holder's just got home because Carey doesn't seem too interested, and he's gone back to his wicket-keeping position.